Alright, let's talk about something incredibly important that many people misunderstand. How to actually get rich in today's complex and fast-paced world. For too long, the common advice has been to rely on small passive investments, hoping they will slowly, steadily make ordinary individuals wealthy. But let's be brutally honest here. That strategy is often outdated and generally ineffective for the vast majority of people aiming for true financial independence and significant wealth. That kind of advice often stems from an entirely different economic era, a period when market conditions and money flows were fundamentally different. For most of us, trying to build a substantial wealth through minimal, passive investments is an exercise in futility. It's like attempting to fill a large swimming pool with nothing more than a tiny teacup. It simply won't generate the kind of results you need if you are serious about mastering how to get rich and building a lasting financial legacy. If you truly want to grasp the dynamics of how to get rich, you must confront and accept the fundamental, unvarnished truth. Genuine, robust wealth isn't stumbled upon through sheer luck or by hoping to capture an accidental fortune left over from past periods of easy money. Real, enduring wealth is actively created, cultivated, and grown. It emerges directly from your enhanced capacity to generate money through your own focused efforts. This isn't about the blind luck or inheriting a windfall. It is profoundly about the relentless effort, sharp, incisive judgment, and consistent, disciplined labor. It means taking responsibility, building something valuable from the ground up, diligently doing the necessary work, and continuously providing services or products that offer such significant value that others are more than willing to pay for them. It's about being a creator, not just a consumer, in the journey of how to get rich. We are undeniably living in what economists and strategists frequently refer to as an attention economy. What exactly does this powerful concept mean for you and your aspirations to how to get rich? In its simplest terms, the most potent and valuable currency in our current global landscape isn't just physical money, it is human attention. If you possess the skill, the insight, and the strategy to effectively command the gaze of others, then you can successfully get people to notice what you are offering, compellingly listen to what you are saying, or actively engage with your unique product, service, or idea CI. Then you hold an enormous, almost unfair advantage. Understanding this monumental shift in economic value is not just beneficial, it is absolutely critical to unlocking the modern pathways to how to get rich. It's no longer solely about having an objectively great product or service. It is increasingly about successfully getting people to perceive and notice that your product or service is indeed great and worthy of their time and money. The way you skillfully capture, sustain, and leverage this precious attention directly dictates your ultimate potential for how to get rich and build substantial wealth. This is the new battlefield for financial success. So, how do you intelligently navigate this new, dynamic, and often bewildering landscape? How do you effectively move beyond the conventional, often misleading, and frankly, often unhelpful advice that permeates popular culture? I'm going to outline 3 absolutely crucial principles that will serve as your guiding stars. These aren't esoteric secrets hidden away, rather, they demand an unwavering, almost ruthless honesty with yourself and a profound willingness to act fundamentally differently from the majority. Embrace these, and your pursuit of how to get rich will become far more strategic. The first principle, which is foundational, is the Penkan discipline of perception. This isn't just about seeing, it is about seeing very differently and with an intense purpose. It means you must cultivate a state of hyper-awareness. You need to open your mind and your eyes incredibly wide to the ceaseless, abundant, and vibrant flow of money that exists everywhere around you, all the time. Money is emphatically not scarce in the aggregate. It is in constant motion, continuously changing hands, swirling through countless transactions every second of every day. The individuals who truly become wealthy aren't merely attempting to catch a tiny drip or random splash from this flow. Instead, they are diligently studying the powerful currents, meticulously understanding where the major rivers of capital are flowing, and ingeniously figuring out precise methods and strategic points where they can effectively redirect significant portions of those flows themselves. This demands an almost obsessive level of attention to detail, an acute observation of market dynamics, and a deep understanding of human psychology. You absolutely must train yourself to observe and identify opportunities that are consistently overlooked by others, to pinpoint pressing problems that desperately need elegant solutions, and to identify critical gaps within existing markets. It's about developing an empathetic understanding of human needs, desires, and frustrations at a far deeper and more nuanced level than your competitors. Where exactly are people dedicating their valuable time, their finite energy, and their hard-earned money? And more importantly, how can you strategically position yourself, your skills, or your offerings to ethically and effectively capture a meaningful portion of that ongoing flow? This isn't about fostering greed. It is profoundly about being intensely strategic, acutely observant, and remarkably adaptive. It is about clearly seeing the often invisible pathways to how to get rich that are already laid out before you, simply awaiting your discerning recognition and decisive action. The second principle is equally vital, the Tavi power of alliances, son. Let's be absolutely clear. Nobody, and I mean nobody, achieves truly significant, lasting wealth in complete isolation. It is an undeniable myth to believe you can solely rely on individual effort for monumental success. You absolutely require a robust, carefully curated, and highly discerning network of individuals. And I am not merely talking about casually collecting business cards at networking events or having a large number of social media connections. I am referring to the deliberate and thoughtful cultivation of genuine reciprocal relationships with people who are demonstrably smart, highly capable, possess complementary skills, and, crucially, share a similar intense drive and ambition. These powerful alliances become invaluable conduits for shared intelligence. They grant you unparalleled access to crucial insights, early-stage opportunities, and vital resources that you would simply never discover or obtain entirely on your own. Your network should be perceived as a powerful engine for active collaboration, rather than solely a competitive arena. When you conscientiously choose to surround yourself with ambitious, deeply insightful, and ethically driven individuals, you exponentially multiply your own inherent potential. These allies can quite literally open crucial doors for you, offer invaluable strategic advice, provide constructive and honest critiques of your ideas, and even evolve into formidable partners in entrepreneurial ventures that will directly contribute to how you build substantial wealth. However, it is paramount to be incredibly discerning in who you allow into your inner circle. Not everyone is deserving of that privileged position. Choose individuals who consistently elevate your thinking, who challenge you constructively to improve, and who genuinely desire to see you achieve success, just as you reciprocate that genuine desire for their success. A strategically built, powerful network is arguably the single most effective accelerator for anyone who is truly serious about understanding how to get rich and achieving massive financial goals. Finally, and perhaps the most challenging yet profoundly impactful principle, is the imperative to solely confront your personal deficiencies. This requires an unflinching, brutally honest inward examination. What are the often hidden internal barriers, the self-imposed limitations, or the ingrained habits that are consistently holding you back from truly getting rich and realizing your full financial potential? From extensive observation, I identify three primary pervasive culprits that plague many aspiring wealth builders: fundamental laziness, intellectual complacency, and outright arrogance. Let's address pseudo laziness. This one is straightforward and painfully obvious. If you are consistently unwilling to put in the necessary, often arduous work, if you are not prepared to relentlessly push past comfort zones and endure significant discomfort, then you simply will not achieve substantial lasting wealth. There are absolutely no genuine shortcuts or secret formulas that bypass the requirement for consistent, focused, and often intense effort. Building something truly substantial, creating profound value that resonates with a broad market, or mastering a highly compensated skill set unequivocally demands unwavering dedication. It frequently translates into countless early mornings, numerous late nights, and the willingness to diligently undertake tasks that the vast majority of others are simply unwilling or too afraid to do. This is the gritty reality of how to get rich. Next, consider TA, intellectual complacency. This particular barrier is far more subtle, insidious, and therefore often more dangerous because it is harder to spot in oneself. This manifests as a blind, unthinking adherence to established systems, to antiquated ways of thinking, or to outdated methodologies, solely because they are familiar, comfortable, or erroneously perceived as safe. It's the rigid refusal to critically question prevailing assumptions, the reluctance to proactively acquire new relevant skills, or the stubborn inability to adapt intelligently to rapidly changing market conditions and technological advancements. The world we inhabit is evolving at an unprecedented breakneck pace. What proved incredibly effective yesterday might very well be entirely obsolete today. If you allow yourself to fall into a state of intellectual laziness, you will inevitably find yourself lagging far behind, desperately clinging to outdated strategies and paradigms, while more agile and intellectually curious individuals are boldly forging entirely new, lucrative paths to how to get rich. To succeed, you must commit to being a relentless, lifelong learner, constantly questioning everything, continually experimenting with new approaches, perpetually refining your understanding of how the world truly operates and precisely how wealth is created and flows. And then there is the corrosive vice of P, arrogance P. This is exemplified by an outright refusal to learn from the experiences and insights of others, a deeply ingrained belief that you already possess all the necessary knowledge, or a rigid conviction that your specific approach is the only viable or correct way. Arrogance acts as a powerful barrier, effectively closing you off to invaluable feedback, to innovative new ideas, and to crucial self-reflection that is absolutely essential for growth. It makes you inflexible and brittle in the face of adversity or unexpected change. The individuals who consistently achieve the highest levels of success are paradoxically often the most humble in their ongoing pursuit of knowledge. They relentlessly seek to understand more. They are always willing to admit when their initial assumptions or strategies were incorrect, and they embrace continuous improvement. If you harbor the misguided belief that you are simply too good to learn, too experienced to be taught, or too wise to make mistakes, then, quite frankly, you are also too rigid and too closed-minded to truly get rich. Humility in learning is a superpower on the path to how to get rich. Ultimately, the competitive and demanding pursuit of substantial wealth relentlessly demands two critical traits: ruthless clarity and decisive, swift action. You absolutely must cease getting paralyzed by hypothetical, imagined future problems or by the fear of potential failures that may never materialize. Do not fall into the trap of waiting for the elusive perfect moment to act. Let me assure you, such a moment simply does not exist. The modern competitive landscape is unforgiving, dynamic, and moves at lightning speed. You are required to make clear, well-reasoned decisions based on the best available information you possess at any given moment. And then, crucially, you must act upon those decisions immediately and with conviction. And this action needs to be continuous, disciplined, and strategically informed. Discipline your mind to overcome hesitation. Discipline your actions to execute consistently and apply incisive strategic thinking to every single opportunity and challenge that presents itself. The journey to truly understanding how to get rich and then actually achieving that state is unequivocally not for the faint of heart, the easily discouraged, or the chronically complacent. It demands relentless intelligent effort, exceptionally sharp judgment, and unshakable resolve, and a profound willingness to honestly confront and overcome your own intrinsic weaknesses. It's fundamentally about understanding the intricate rules of the game, systematically building your capacity to create and deliver immense value, skillfully capturing and holding attention in a noisy world, and strategically redirecting the powerful flow of money through your own focused, intelligent labor and the innovation. Do not waste your precious time chasing fleeting trends, empty promises of instant gratification, or the often misleading allure of purely passive returns that yield little for the ordinary person. Instead, invest deeply in yourself, build your irreplaceable ability to create genuine value, cultivate the skill to command attention, and learn to strategically redirect the flow of capital through your own disciplined, intelligent, and proactive efforts. This and only this is the robust, sustainable, and proven path to generating genuine, lasting wealth in the dynamic and challenging modern world.